Most creators talking about boring niches think it's their topic that's holding them back. Whether it's finance, budgeting, taxes, investing. Nobody really wants to watch that stuff, right? So if that's the case, why does Stephan have over 4 million subscribers talking almost exclusively about money? And here's the thing, people are binge watching his videos. So the question isn't, is my topic boring? The question really should be, why does Graham make boring topics feel impossible to stop watching, and how can you copy it? And that's exactly what I'm going to tell you in this video.
I just bought the $35,000 Tesla Model 3, and just like any 28-year-old millennial would do, I ordered it online without ever having seen it and without ever having driven one before. As many of you know, I am an avid YouTube connoisseur. Now, even though I've only been making videos here on YouTube for about 24 months, I have been on here as a loyal viewer since about 2010. So this is a video I've been going back and forth on for a while now. Every single time I get close to filming it, part of me thinks, maybe I'm making a mistake. Maybe I should just let things be. But at a certain point, you have to be honest with yourself. And every now and then someone comes across your screen that gets your attention. Someone who really stands out. Someone who is extremely entertaining. And when it comes to captivating an audience, no one quite does it like the loud-mouthed real estate mogul Ben Malla. Hey, really quick, heads or tails? Heads, you get to double your money, and tails, you lose everything. Go ahead, pick a side. Got it? Truth is, I'm going to be listing the rest of my Los Angeles properties for sale over the next few months, and I'm walking away. Look, I get it. Betting everything on a coin flip is obviously insane.
So here's the thing that most small creators get wrong. They think growth is about picking the right topic, a nice trendy niche, and make videos about it. But Stephan is proof that the topic almost doesn't matter. What matters is actually how you deliver it. If you can learn to make content feel engaging, even when the subject is maybe a little dry, you can grow in almost any niche, and that is a skill that's really worth knowing. And Graham, well, let's be honest, he's one of the best at it. So what is actually happening in his videos? I've watched a bunch of them over the last few weeks, looking for something really specific, and I've narrowed it down to 3 key things that he does consistently well. Number 1, he makes it personal before he makes it informational. Graham almost never opens a video with data, he opens with himself. He'll start with something like, I just got offered a credit card with a $100,000 limit, here's what I did. Or even something like, people told me not to buy this house, but I bought it anyway. This is why they're wrong. Let's take a moment to see him in action.
What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So I just wanted to share my story and my background about how I became a millionaire by the age of 26.
He leads with a personal story or a personal stake in the topic. Before you learn anything, you're already invested in him. That's the hook doing its double duty. It's pulling you in emotionally and it's setting up the information at the same time. Most small creators do the opposite. They open with facts like, today we're talking about index funds. Nobody cares, but Graham makes you care first. Number 2, he treats the viewer like they're missing out. Watch how he frames information. It's rarely, here's how this works. What he always nearly says is something like, here's what most people don't know, or even something like, here's the mistake that everyone makes. That framing creates a small amount of tension. Now you're watching to make sure you're not the one making the mistake, or to make sure you're the one that's getting the advantage that everyone else is missing. It's subtle, but it changes the way the viewer relates to the content. They're not passively learning, they feel like they're getting an edge on the system. Third, he keeps his own energy levels high, even when the topic is maybe a little low. Now this one is really hard to copy, but it's really important. Watch this.
What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So here's something that everyone wants to know, and that is, how do you buy your first rental property? What do you look for? How much money do you need? Exactly what do you do? How do you know if it's a good investment?
Graham is genuinely enthusiastic. When he talks about 2% cashback on a credit card, he talks like it's the most exciting thing he's seen all week. And it's weirdly contagious. Because of the heightened enthusiasm, you start to think like, maybe it is. Maybe I should care about this. His energy is transferable, and let's be honest, if you're bored by your own content, your viewer's going to be bored too. But if you're genuinely excited by it, then they'll feel that. There's 2 common mistakes I see consistently with creators trying to do this. Don't worry, I will tell you how to fix them later in the video. But number 1, trying to make the topic exciting instead of making themselves excited. There's a difference. Adding flashy edits, loud music and fast cuts, that's trying to dress up the content that isn't engaging at its core. Graham doesn't rely on any production tricks, he relies on his own delivery. Start there. Number 2, saving the personal stuff for the end. A lot of creators will do all the information first and then they'll add, anyway, this happened to me last year at the end. Flip it. The personal hook goes first, always. That's what earns the viewer's attention, and everything else comes after it. Okay, so as I promised, here's what you can actually do to apply this to your own videos in 3 simple steps. Start with yourself, not the topic. Before your next video, ask, what's my personal connection to this? Did something happen to me? Did I make a mistake? Did I learn something the hard way? Lead with that. Make the viewer invested in you before you give them information. Even one sentence like, I wasted 2 years doing this wrong, here's what I wish I knew. That'll work. You don't have to be Stephan. You just have to be a real person with a real reason for talking about the topic today. Number 2, reframe your information as an advantage. Take whatever you are going to say and ask, how is this something most people are getting wrong or missing out on? Instead of, here's how SEO works, try something like, here's what most small YouTubers completely misunderstood about SEO. It's obvious it's the same information, but it's a totally different feeling. Now the viewer is watching to make sure they're the one that's not behind. Number 3, record it like you mean it. This sounds obvious, but as I said, a lot of creators don't do it. Most small YouTubers are self-conscious on camera. They lower their energy to seem more natural. The result is a flat delivery that feels like a lecture. Graham doesn't do that. He talks about mortgages like he's telling you the craziest thing that's happened to him in the last week. You don't need to be loud or over the top. You just need to genuinely care about what you're saying. If you don't feel it, neither will the viewer. As a small side note to this, while preparing for a video a couple of weeks ago where I looked at the Colin and Samir channel, they interviewed Linus Sebastian of Linus Tech Tips, and he talks a lot about his on-screen and off-screen persona. I'll put a link to that video below, but for now, here's a short clip.
I tell people this, anytime I deal with an inexperienced host, one of the things I really like to tell them is, here's the problem with cameras. They have this glass filter in front of them. And it's real tough for them. It's kind of like they have like a screen that sits and it filters out probably 80% of your energy. So however you would normally talk to someone, right? When you're talking to a camera, you've got to take that and you've got to give it like this much more energy. You've got to act in a way that would actually be kind of uncomfortable, maybe even off-putting to somebody that was sitting and talking to you in person. And I'm dialing
I can
it back.
confirm off-putting.
So here's the one thing to take from this video. Stephan doesn't make finance interesting. He makes himself interesting while talking about finance. So there's a difference. Lead with you. Frame information as an advantage. And really just care out loud. So if you look to do one thing from this video, start your next video with a personal sentence before you say anything informational. Just try it once and watch what happens to your attention. I really enjoy doing this. Watching YouTube is my go-to for relaxing. So if you want more breakdowns like this, where we find the one thing that big YouTubers do exceptionally well and show you exactly how you can copy it, then subscribe to The Feed Critic. I'm Adam, and thanks for watching.